So day 2 of the test match between West Indies and Australia is over at Grenada, and now there is a real problem Australia has, which has been exposed big time after the second innings of their batting started in Grenada yesterday. If one thought that maybe they were a little rusty after the WTC final and maybe they were a little demotivated or deflated after that unfortunate and unexpected loss to South Africa, where they were the favorites to win and they could not win and defend their WTC cycle trophy. Maybe they were a little rusty, or maybe they were a little complacent, or maybe their mind was not too much into the test when they played West Indies in West Indies. But then now after the two innings in Grenada, it looks Barbados was no aberration or exception. So now it is clear that they have a huge problem in terms of their top order batting and number 3 batting. It happened in the VGT, they consistently were exposed against Bumrah, and they were really lucky there that their bowling really saved their series and helped them to somehow pull up a win, a miraculous win against India, which they could not have without their bowling attack. Again in the first test at Barbados, they were under real pressure in both innings with their top order real floundering. But again, once again, it is thanks to their lower middle order and tail batting and wagging their tail, and also their world-class bowling, which helped them to ultimately win the test and collect the points. But then one thought that by the time the second test started in Grenada, they would really pull their socks up and try to show that now they are Australia, the world's best team. They are the WTC finalists. They were the WTC champion in the previous cycle, and they can't be taken for granted. Now they would try to give a statement to the world with a really dominating performance and put forward and stamp their authority with a real dominating show. But strangely and surprisingly and shockingly, once again their batting, especially the top order and number 3, floundered. It floundered in the first innings to be getting reduced to 50 for 3 and 110 for 5 before Carey and Webster carried them to safety with a respectable, if not a intimidating total of 286. And once again their world-class bowling attack came to the fore, and then they dismissed West Indies cheaply to give them a 33 runs lead, and somehow managed to suppress the glaring batting problems to some extent. But when they came to bat for the second time also, when all the pressure was on them to show that no, they have really come out of that rut in the batting and they would like to seal the game in their favor with a fantastic or intimidating batting performance right at the beginning or the top, they once again floundered, they once again collapsed to 4 for 2. Constas doesn't look to be a test class batter, or at least an opener right now, unless he improves, and it was really sad to see him struggling big time to get dismissed for 0, and then shortly afterwards Khwaja got dismissed to reduce Australia to 4 for 2, and again that is now a clear sign that while Constas is not a real worthy successor to Warner and they have to find a replacement, they are also now have urgency to find a successor for Khwaja, because Khwaja is struggling big time. His weakness against the seam bowling coming from the round the wicket is really being exposed, and he is again getting exposed against the quality seam bowling that happened against Bumrah, that has been happening against the West Indian bowlers. So yesterday again he was exposed badly and he was dismissed cheaply. So at 4 for 2, Australia was in real trouble, and they ended the day with 12 for 2 with a 45 run lead only. No way they are safe, no way they are in an invincible position. They would once again need some real rearguard action and maybe some resilience from their lower middle order and tail. And of course there is Steve Smith, the great man, is there to come after the fall of the wicket, because they have sent the night watchman. So with Steve Smith in the dressing room and with the lower middle order in such confidence and such resilience they have shown, they may yet again pull away from West Indies and somehow win the test, because West Indies batting has been really pathetic and they have shown no sign to give a confidence that they can even chase down 200, 225 in the fourth innings. So Australia may still pull away and then win this match because of their world-class bowling and the resilience in their lower middle order. But it won't hide anymore the glaring problems they have in the top order or in the top 3 batting. They have to address it soon before they get exposed against big teams like England or India or even New Zealand or South Africa. So they have to address it at the beginning of this WTC cycle Otherwise, they will be in real trouble going forward because their coffers also don't look very promising in terms of supply lines for the top order and the number 3. So they have to find some way, some replacement which hopefully would stick and click and serve them for a longer period. And let us see how the day 3 pans out today. Maybe it will be the day where Australia will once again pull away, or maybe the day where West Indies will try to do the unthinkable and really help collapse Australia. Their bowlers will make Australia collapse and then give them a chance to win a test match after almost 22 years. We'll find out today itself. Thank you.